Billy Holton was convicted of a 1986 Duval County sexual battery and kidnapping. Here at the Innocence Project of Florida, we were able to procure post-conviction DNA testing that demonstrated that he was not the perpetrator, and in fact was misidentified. We were able to get his sentence overturned in 2012. He got out from a life sentence, but because he was still remained convicted, he had to do 10 years additionally of sex offender probation. And it wasn't until this year, in July of 2024, that we were finally able to overturn his conviction, and we're thankful that he was fully exonerated just this year in October of 2024. Billy's case is really important to me personally because it was the first case I was assigned when I came to the Innocence Project of Florida in 2006 as a young lawyer. It took 18 years to overturn his conviction and reach his exoneration, and his is an example of the continuity and dedication that is necessary to do this work that we do here at the Innocence Project of Florida. I'm thrilled that Billy is now part of the exonerated community, and I'm excited for you to hear his story.
My name is Billy Joe, and I'm 58 years old. I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida, with my mother and father and 3 sisters, Julie, Terry, and Marion. One day the unimaginable happened. I was arrested and taken to a trial and sent away to prison. And lost a lot along the way, family and people I cared about. The most bizarre thing that ever happened to me while I was on probation was it was fall, time changed, it got dark early, and I had gone fishing by myself. And I was coming home probably about dusk and come around a bend in the road, and there was 2 little girls standing there. There's nothing around, no stores, it's a hotel way up in there, so these children had to walk way up this winding driveway and they're standing on the side of the road. I just caught sight of them as I come around the bend, so I slammed on the brakes. And I know that if I speak to these children, it could jeopardize me going to prison. So I was no way in hell just going to drive off and leave them there. So I called the police, had them stand at the front of my car, and I stood at the back until the police came, because I've been around people that I knew that I would just risk going to prison to save them for what possible anything, right? And any other time I would not even hesitate, but it's not good. And I hope someday that I can walk away totally, even though my convictions have been there in my mind, I still feel convicted. Today, I work, I sustain, I buy groceries and support, put all I can on the table. My advice is that don't never think the impossible can happen to you, because in my wildest imagination that I never think that I would be tried, convicted, and sent away to prison and stay there for 26, 27 years. And be all but forgotten by the judicial system. That if a man or woman finds himself in the position I was in, just don't give up, stay strong, and cry out for help. And just pray that your cries and pleas fall on the right ears, and there's people out there that'll help you. I could have never done it by myself. I would still be sitting in behind a bar somewhere, looking out the window. God willing, you are granted an opportunity to be justified and walk out. Don't ever take it for granted. freedom to Billy, to myself, is wonderful. It's precious. I enjoy coming out here in the morning and having a cup of coffee before I go to work. I'm an early riser, and the birds singing early in the morning. I can walk all the way a quarter mile to the mailbox and check it, whereas before I couldn't take 4 or 5 steps before I had to turn around. And I love our animals. I enjoy feeding them and aggravating them. And my most favorite thing is the sunrise. Spent many years without seeing the sun rise up in the morning, and now I can go down and walk over the bridge on my days off and look at the boats and feel the wind in my hair. And it makes you feel alive, makes me feel alive. And I want to live to be 100 and enjoy it as long as I can. I'm happy in life right now, and I continue to stay that way.